welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you're new, my name is Emma, conflict grad, film student, and as of recently, bullet journaler. So my term for school starts again soon, so I was like, I need a better way to stay on top of everything this year, just because I think we can all agree the last year has been kind of overwhelming, to put it lightly. I'm still processing last March, and it's March again in like 2 weeks. So I just wanted to try a different way to try and organise myself. So I got a bullet journal. I have watched so many of these videos now and they are so therapeutic and relaxing. So I just share with you how I set mine up. I've gone for something very much like minimalist and simple and functional and very much just utilitarian. There are some of these beautiful artistic spreads and they are gorgeous to watch and honestly so commendable, but really they're not fit for purpose, a lot of those journals. So me with very little artistic inclination has had a go, and I really like mine, and it does seem to be working because I am getting a lot of stuff done. I've never set up a journal before. I'm just trying out a lot of different things. I'm sure this won't be the only one of these videos I make as I evolve with this journey that I've now started. So yeah, this is how I set up my first journal to try and keep me organised. Also, it's adorable. And side note, this did take me about 2.5 hours to set up for someone who has never done this before and didn't have any kind of reference point in terms of previous journals. So here we go. So for this journal, I have obviously my bullet journal. I have a set of 6 pastel highlighters. I've got a set of 24 pastel coloured fine liners. These are literally my babies. And of course, just a couple black fine liners. They're all 0.4 fine tips. The notebook I got is hardback, it's dotted, and it's actually personalised as well. So it's got my name on it and bullet journal. I went for these cherries and I just think they are literally adorable. Also, I made sure that I went through and I cracked the spine of my journal. It just made sure that everything lies flat and it's honestly surprisingly functional. So as I said already, I've never done a journal like this before, and I was quite excited while I was waiting for my notebook to arrive, so I made mock-ups. My intention is to keep this very minimal. Like I said, my artistic abilities are lacking, shall we say, especially when it comes to calligraphy. I have the handwriting of a small child, but I wanted to make sure more than anything that I had a journal that was useful and it would actually work for me. So I started myself off with a little quotes page. I went with "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity," which is allegedly a Seneca quote. Then of course I made my little 2021 spread, again very minimal, no idea what I was doing. Probably wouldn't do it again this way, but you know. But I figured out, as with anything, there is quite the learning curve to this. I also decided pretty early on that I was going to go for some monochromatic spreads to keep things visually interesting without making them overwhelming. Of course, I started with a future log, and you're about to watch me realise that I need some grid spacing. Whoop, there it is. I went ahead and put it on my front page. I also decided right off the bat, as you'll see, I'm not using a ruler at all in this journal, and I'm also not going to bother with tip X, or I think the Americans call it whiteout. It's only a journal, guys. I really don't think it's that important. And also, if all of your lines are slightly wonky, no one's going to notice that any of your lines are slightly wonky. And like I said, learning curve, you're about to watch me realise that yep, I didn't leave enough space for the highlighter. So this was very much a testing page. The page on the opposite side is significantly better. It is what it is. I'll just do it again next year. The idea though was then to have a header and have a bar at the side where I could just write down the numbers for my future log. I knew for a fact I wasn't going to bother with like a year at a glance in terms of doing all those numbers. It's just not useful for me. But writing down key dates for each month that I can flip to and put them in the beginning of my monthly log, that was useful for me.
What? Concentrate there?
I am actually, yeah.
It'd be a shame if someone surprised you.
Well, I don't want to continue now. Haha! Oh, that looks so good now. God damn it! Ooh, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice. Oh my god, I just forgot my own birthday. Next up, I went with a resolution spread. Any long-term subscriber of mine will know I'm really big on New Year's resolutions, so I decided to do one page of resolutions for this year and another of what my decade resolutions are. So with my more major resolutions, I broke them down into the smaller steps to be able to actually achieve the big thing that I want to do. Putting it at the beginning of this journal really helps in terms of just reminding me every once in a while what my goals this year actually are.
Yeah, I'm good. Almost did it.
Oh, that is cute. Look at her, she's adorable. Oh my god, that's so cute, I'm so doing that again. Next up, I decided to make a wishlist page. Oops. I split it up quite broadly into clothes, beauty, and miscellaneous. This was dead simple to do, and you can see me writing get these like window crystals. I got them, they're so cute. So, highly recommend. And I think it's just better when you commit something to paper. You only do it if you really want it. It's all in the name of helping me buy things more mindfully, let's say. The other side of a spread I dedicated to my skincare. Lots of you all know that's what I'm quite struggling with at the moment. A lot of the spreads I decided to put in this journal have actually just been notes in my phone for a long time. So for me to put them in a journal on paper altogether just made a heck of a lot of sense. So I split this page into concerns and notes for products I'm using, when my last face mask was, and when my last facial was. I've been doing this for 52 minutes. So one of the reasons that I started doing a bullet journal this year was, as one of my resolutions is to be more mindful. So I decided I would make a page just full of journal prompts. These are not necessarily things that I wanted to put in my normal journal that I have, and to put them here more in line with things like growth and self-discovery and whatnot. Now this page I'm calling the last time I ... I'm just splitting it up into 8 sections, and it's mainly for things that I don't do very often. Like, I wouldn't want to put it in a habit tracker or anything, but they're just things that need to be done at least every once in a while. When was the last time I mopped? When was the last time I vacuumed? Absolutely thrilling stuff, my friends. Next up is a very me specific page. This is a page for my videos. This is how I track at what point now I'm at with every video. I essentially broke down what the major steps of making a video for me are. I put them into their different categories and now cross them off when I'm done with each one. This kind of system will work really well if you do projects that always have similar steps, and especially if you're working on multiple ones at the same time. For example, bullet journal video. I planned it, I had to shoot it. There we go, we're done with that. So around here I decided that I needed a passwords page. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm getting locked out of everything at the moment. So this was, again, super simple. It's just my username, my password, and what account it's actually for. Again, the spread is just ridiculously simple. I can't recommend it enough. And now onto the monthly spread. I know I'm starting this journal in February, don't come for me, but honestly, start these journals whenever you like. The whole point of a bullet journal is that you can adapt it to your needs. So if your needs only start in February, so be it. I did add a little mini calendar here just because I just thought it looked cute, but otherwise I don't think they're particularly functional. I left space for the important dates, those are ones I'll carry over from my future log, and then I put a space for my key tasks, things that are just the most important things I do this month.
My main intention with this journal is to just keep updating it and adapting it to my needs as they evolve. I have no intentions of sticking with a design just for the sake of continuity. That's why I've gone with very simple things to begin with. And then on the opposite page, I decided to do a goals and reflections page. And yes, the R is deliberately backwards. It's a reflection. Get it? Get it? Get it? My mum didn't think it was funny either. She just asked if I'm that dyslexic. And I am, but that's really not the point. I also contemplated doing a gratitude log on this page, so I will see how I go with this, and maybe next month I'll try the log. Next up is my habit tracker spread, and I cannot even begin to tell you how much I love this spread. It is my favourite one in my entire journal. I'm just so into just collecting all of the data. Ugh, this was just far too much fun. So on one side I have put my habit tracker, and on the other side I have put my mood tracker, and I've made sure to align the calendars each month so that I'll be able to see if any of my habits affect my mood. So with the habits that I'm tracking, I'm not making them exclusively aspirational. I'm also just putting down some things that are a little bit bad. I've actually blurred them out because I don't want you to know what they are. But I've put down some things that I would like to do every day. For example, I'd like to read every day or edit every day, and some things that I would prefer I didn't do every day. My main objective with this really is to see if the habits that I have correlate to my mood, if they affect my sleep in any way, my stress in any way, and my anxiety in any way, which is why for me a grid like this made so much sense as opposed to little individual calendars, you know? So I decided to measure my sleep, my mood, my anxiety and my stress all out of 10. Obviously sleep and mood is better when it's higher, and stress and anxiety is better when it's lower. Tracking 4 things in terms of mood seems to work for me, but I think maybe next time I won't track my anxiety, but rather my energy levels instead. And at the bottom I've added a little note section where I can put any reflections in terms of my actual setup or more in terms of my lifestyle. Next up is my weekly spread number 1. I decided to do 2 weekly spreads because I didn't know which style was going to work best for me. So with this one, I'm putting 1 week on one page, and then I'm giving myself a section on the other page for notes and who I need to reply to. This again was a really easy spread for me to set up, and with it being locked down, it really suits my needs at the moment because not that much is happening. This next weekly spread is even simpler than the first. It really is just giving a third of a page for each day, and I've combined the weekend into one slot. honestly, if anything, to just remind me to not do too much. So if you two are on the busier side and lacking that artistic ability, this might be the perfect spread for you. And here we have it. Here is my little flip through of my first ever journal that I've set up. At this point, I honestly don't understand why I didn't start doing this years sooner. This could have been so good for me throughout university. I'm actually rather proud of it. It's very colourful, very simple, and if anything, it's kind of underwhelming. But for me, in order to be functional, I think that's what it needs to be. It's also rather calming, and I quite like that.
And there we have it. Let me know if you make any of these spreads or if there are any that I haven't put in that you literally cannot live without. Let me know. I'm absolutely all ears. My journal still definitely has some evolving to do, but as I've been using it so far, it does seem I'm pleased about how functional it is. But that is obviously my entire MO for this. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye. Wait, when's your birthday?
I can remember.
See, I knew that.
I told you.
Well, I already wrote it down.
That's like me going, when's your birthday?
No, I wrote a 2 for you. I wrote a 2